Is online education our future? Education is a field that in the past few years has faced some major changes. Of course, education has been around for centuries, but the alterations that have taken place in the past few years have changed the field completely. Education is crucial for all people. It makes us knowledgeable in many areas. It gives us the ability to think critically. That is why we are constantly under the process of education. Not only do we learn at schools, but we also learn with experiences that we face throughout our lives. Education enables us to see the world from a different perspective and allows us to form opinions and perspective about all matters. Education can be rigorous, stressful, and not always comprehensible at times, but if it's taught and learned in a healthy way, it has immense advantages. Most students currently see their school subjects as an obligation, when instead they should be seen as fun and interesting. Many of these perspectives about school are based around the methods that the institutions use and the actions that the teachers take. Nowadays, with the technological developments our society is seeing, sooner or later this system will change. It's possible that its essence will remain the same, but the methods will be drastically different. If we think about it, deep teaching methods have remained the same for many years. While almost all sectors have evolved alongside technology and mentality, the school has often remained untouched. For some people, this is seen as a good thing, while for others, it could not be worse. Currently, we're starting to see a shift happening in this area. Therefore, if you're interested in learning a bit more about education and comparing two main methods, keep listening. First, I want to talk about the historical context. As I said earlier, education has been around for a really long time. It dates back to prehistory, where older members of a tribe or community would teach the younger people various things, consider the active time important and valuable. If we think about it in a very objective way, the educational essence is to teach valuable information that will contribute to the development of various assets. These assets will help people not only understand the surrounding environment, but also have a perspective on it. It's evident that with the passing of time, education has clearly developed. Initially, this activity was based on people passing valuable information to younger generations, but then it became an actual institution with theoretical priorities and students divided by age. For a long time, education could only be accessed by people with honorable titles and power. It was also only for males. Women were taught how to become wives and mothers. Later on, schools started to become more open in regards to the students that were accepted, and even later it became mandatory. Regardless of the evolution that school has had, its primary cause has remained the same for the last centuries, and that is teaching. If you think about it in a very objective way, even now, when we go to school, the institution's main priority is to teach individuals various things, from math, biology, chemistry, literature, and history. As you can see, the evolution of the educational process dates back, but its fundamental pillars have remained the same. But now let's talk about online education. In the past months, teaching methods have changed quite a bit, especially with the appearance of COVID-19, when people had to be inside their homes and, consequently, individuals could not go to school. This outdated sector had to adapt itself to the current situation, which, at the time, seemed absolutely unparalleled. This is when online classes started to take place. As you can probably think, having classes at school and at home can be quite different. So this adaptation process took quite some time. And the big question that's being raised is online education the future? People, of course, have varying opinions. However, nobody can deny that with this pandemic, many schools upgraded their digital activities. Consequently, we could state that the pandemic has provided a technological boost for many of these institutions. As with most things, online classes have a lot of advantages, but they also have disadvantages. In regard to the topic of online education, people seem to either love it or hate it. If you're able to remain focused, online education can be more comfortable. However, if you get easily distracted, learning online might not be the best option. People seem to have missed socializing and being with other people, which obviously being in school brought. Therefore, if you are a more communicative person, then online classes might not have been ideal. Again, it all comes down to preferences and aspects that people seem to value. Let's look closely at these pros and cons. Both online and offline education methods have their advantages and disadvantages. So, online education. What are the pros? Well, it's more comfortable. It usually works better for introverted people. If you're able to concentrate easily, then you might end up being more productive. Many people have ended up developing new skills, especially those that are digital or technological. It usually gives you flexibility in regards to your location, and people use their time more efficiently and objectively without the various distractions you might receive in your normal workspace or learning space. Now, of course, there are the cons of online education. If you're someone who's very communicative and outgoing, this method may not be a very good fit. People tend to spend less time socializing. It's increased time that you're spending in front of a screen, which can result in headaches. Often, older people tend to have various difficulties in regards to the use of technology, which this method requires. Online education also tends not to be a great solution for people who have a harder time concentrating, who aren't self-disciplined or motivated. And of course, technological issues may be an obstacle in your process of learning. Well, then let's talk about the traditional education. The pros are almost all of us are used to it. It works better for people who are more outgoing and communicative. Technological issues usually don't come in the way. It's better for people who aren't so self-disciplined and need the presence of the teacher. And of course, you get to interact more with other people's perspectives and knowledge, which can be better for overall learning. Of course, traditional school has its cons. People who are more introverted may have a harder time. These technological skills may not get developed. You don't have that flexibility of location. It can be less comfortable when compared to online education. And of course, people sometimes tend to be less productive. Well, if we are going to pursue online education, there are many good tools that can help. When it comes to online education, it's important to have the best tools, which will help you make the process more fluid, efficient, and enjoyable. An educational tool has a teaching and learning purpose, and therefore it can be used by both teachers and students. One great tool you can use is Quizzes. Quizzes is an online platform that allows its users to create various quizzes that other people on the platform then do. Therefore, if you're a teacher, you can create various exercises for your students. Consequently, you will be giving them the possibility to engage with the content in a digital way, which might make this experience more enjoyable. Another great tool, which has received a lot of recognition, is Edmodo. Edmodo is a platform that enables teachers and students to connect with one another. On this phenomenal platform, as a teacher, you can create assignments, give feedback, share information, and connect directly with your students and manage your class in a digital way. As a student, you get a completely digitalized learning experience. There are many online platforms that also provide courses. When it comes to some of these platforms where you can learn various skills, you should consider all of them. Of course, some of these online platforms give you certificates that validate your knowledge, while others simply exist with the intention of giving you the opportunity to learn something new. In regards to platforms that give you certificates, Teachable is undoubtedly one of the best ones out there. It's an online platform that enables you to acquire vast knowledge in various areas through the courses provided. For the price you pay in order to receive certificates for the courses you've taken, I can tell you it's worth it. With these certificates, employers are guaranteed that the knowledge you have acquired comes from a platform that was created by some of the best universities in the world. Another great platform for certificates of learning is LinkedIn Learning. Again, on this platform, you can take various courses and consequently acquire their certificates. Although you have to pay to use the app, it can be worth it. You even get a free trial. Therefore, if you want to develop your skills, I would suggest taking some courses that are related to your sector or your interests. This can increase your credibility, which might lead to various job opportunities. There are many platforms where you might simply learn for the skill. One of these I recommend is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online space where you can take various classes created by knowledgeable professionals. This platform has received a lot of attention in the past few years due to its efficiency, its quality, and the value provided. Although this is a paid platform, you can have a free trial experience. The free trial enables you to understand if this platform is really right for you. For the price you pay, Skillshare could not be better. It's quick, efficient, intuitive, and provides fantastic knowledge on various topics that are easy to digest. So, in conclusion, of course education is incredibly important. It's evolved immensely in the last few centuries, but its importance still remains. It's critical for all of us to be knowledgeable in various areas. This knowledge will then enable us to choose wisely the areas in which we're more interested, which is an incredible advantage. With digitalization, we now find ourselves able to learn through courses provided by amazing platforms. I think we can confidently state that education is now starting to take some steps into the brave new world of technology. Consequently, you can learn from anywhere in the world as long as you have a laptop and internet connection. You can maximize your knowledge and education thoroughly. If you want to learn, there has never been a more perfect time. Education gives us many tools that are valued across the world. It is undoubtedly one of our biggest assets.